mind. Looks like there's the same people around. Trying to follow me around like weirdos. Yep, REI closed. No way to see inside. Yep, they used to actually close it technically, theoretically, while stealing directly from it. Yep, and I have to use various printing companies to double check on where they were getting their signs from. How they were lying about where they were getting their signs from. They said that they made it at home when they actually were using printing companies. Printing companies didn't even record that they actually made those signs either. In fact, some of the printing companies didn't even have people that were actually capable of printing correctly, meaning that they were always capable of doing the same dumbass stuff. It's dumb. They didn't even realize that they were actually kidnapping people's family members. Yep, I remember Peter McGuire was inside there trying to figure out how to get help from people continually lying and saying that their egos are big enough now they can actually go back to rest. And started laughing about it because they're using stimulants too much. Yep, and it was 2017 and 18 where people were walking around with really weird eye positioning, like they had been poked in the eye. Told the police basically did nothing and said that, oh, it's kind of normal, I guess. Yep, everybody running around saying it was only one person that was doing that, and we saw them do it to those people, but we don't know why. Weird. Say that they weren't witnesses. Until they kept going after the wrong people on purpose. Yet they pay for everything, even though they actually were using it when they committed murder. So it was fucking stupid. Yep, the guy that was right up at the they said that it was because the FBI would actually have been doing something to make sure that everybody knew that it was actually closed. Not that absolute same broken stuff. And it had me continually call the police. They said that's good because it was that, and it's reopened. So told me to stop calling because it obviously within 24 hours to like 72 hours to a long time, it shows that nobody else was calling. Nobody else was actually reporting. Nobody else knew what was actually possibly taking place, even though they were actually directly inside too. Yep, they're still misusing people. Yep, they don't even hear that they're actually speaking English. Still attack me at the places where I work and saying that it was for another investigation. And other people need to kill themselves in public. They're using the public libraries to have that happen. Weirdos. Said that since there's video recordings and they had infiltrated that much, so people would just disappear because it was that corrupt. Weirdos. Some of them got caught. Some of them were just catching what they perceived as those people, so they could see if they could sneak into jails or prison to see if they could put more people in there. Like literally would just sneak people into the jails or prisons so that it would look like somebody either snuck in on purpose or that it was somebody else's fault in the court system, and they couldn't let them go because of the charges, because of the area that they snuck them into. Weirdos. They kept laughing about us having absolutely no ability to do anything at all. Nope, and they didn't think ahead. They just keep copying the same stuff, saying that they just do the same heinous crimes. That they'd never heard of it before, even though they were talking about us causing and committing those. Yep, constantly attacking places where I was living. That whole city blocked because the FBI were actually doing investigations, and there was people, including kids, who were lying, saying it was for their sweepstakes when it wasn't. They're absolutely deranged behind me. They just keep saying bad stuff. They don't want to talk directly to people. Now they're speaking Spanish. Else having a normal day, except for the people that are weirdly focused on things. George Floyd was also put in here, and he said it was a cult, so that they have a cult of people they could definitely say were wrong on the news, except for that for some reason are not being activated by their government, MLK Ultra, or other secret services that they were trying to create. Very weird. Nope, they were actually working. They evidence would show that they were actually working. Yep, and they were doing it in El Segundo when I was working for Ace Metrics. Yep, they were getting people's names and then misusing their names. All the stuff that they said would make them go ahead and double check on if their classes were correct got erased. That included them forcing people to hang around people who got caught for using drugs on major offenses, because for some reason the people that captured them were still using their drugs. Here in open public, or have actual arguments in public about them not acting normal since they were actually escaped from prison or jail. And if they act up, don't give them free stuff, that it's their fault. That they're going to get into trouble because they have a PO and other people. They're stealing from the government and making up lies about people. Someone kept trying to purchase whole business complexes off of counterfeit money because of the lies that they're told, so that they look like they were everywhere. Very bad. Yep, they use it in a weird way because they use their real money to jump from business to business, complaining about their next door neighbors so they would get rid of them. They're psychotic. When their next door neighbors were always on business trips, and the only people that would show up were the cleaning people. They think that it's normal to do all that psychotic stuff. And they were constantly lying about witnesses and investigations, even though they have community magazines that show that they've been constantly making up fake businesses as if they're 100% correct about their idea or mentality. Even business licenses for illegal acts, business practices at specific addresses without even purchasing the actual place where they're actually employing people, and psychotic people showing up saying that they already knew when they didn't. They weren't even off by a number. They were off just to disturb actual legitimate companies. And they keep trying to say that I sound like somebody else who actually got into trouble, and that's exactly what they were doing. They did it at Foot Locker too. Second floor, they did some stupid ass shit. Wasn't even the FBI. Yep, thought that heinous crimes doesn't show up in them. or that everybody should be afraid of them for doing heinous crimes. It's fucking dumb. Yep, we're constantly using cycle, saying that people were memorizing them ahead of schedule and were lying. Don't provide any services to anybody either. Don't provide any actual helpfulness to anybody. They're all sociopathic. If the government actually figured out why people were going insane, instead of just giving them pills, they'd actually be able to fix it. But they're psychotic people who just misuse it. It's like they misuse their parents. Some of them actually killed their parents by lying so much. They literally called the police on their parents so that they would get shot while they were on drugs as little kids. Yep. Same for, and then the other thing, somebody did it on the outside instead of the inside. Yep, they would usually use somebody else's insignia or sign and then blame it on them while they're around in a hotel. Use a hotel list and then don't even show them because they keep them away from the area where they're actually doing that stupid shit to a legitimate person. Did it to Jamie. Jamie left. He went all the way to Vermont. He's on YouTube because he wanted to be on YouTube instead of being a hostage, being stolen from on a regular basis. The FBI weren't responding. Said that it was too helpful the way that they used it, and they caught the culprits by using him, and they just continually kept doing it. The FBI agent said that he was supposed to be followed around because his company was used incorrectly, and he should have committed suicide. That's all they came up with. And the actual other people that were misusing it would have won. Out of 45 minutes.